All right, it's starting to get cold.
Yeah.
It is. This is football weather. Fall football weather.
I know, finally,
and
right?
rainy, too.
It's going to rain this week, too.
Oh, yeah, you guys aren't a big fan of the rain.
Oh, I
No.
hate the rain.
I don't mind it.
We're from California. We're Bay Area. You know, if it's not 75 degrees, you can count me out.
I don't mind. I don't mind the cold. I just don't want rain. Me and rain, we don't coexist.
Rain
soon.
in football, it works.
It does.
It works.
It does.
It works until
It
you're
does.
shooting.
You're going to see me on the sideline of every football game wearing a beanie and 3 jackets probably from here on out.
That,
Yeah.
but you know, Adrian, they have camera covers for a reason, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's
You'll
true.
see
that's
Adrian
true.
with a trash bag over his
I like the
camera.
trash bag. I don't know why.
The trash bag.
Flexibility.
Hey, it
of the
works.
trash
It
bag.
works.
It works. Camera cover, trash bag, it works. But hey, it's going to get interesting now with the weather conditions.
Yep.
Exciting stuff. Welcome to the Cover Cal High podcast. I'm your host, Jake Vanderbrook, alongside Aubrey Tolliver, Adrian Soriano, the Milpitas man. And wow, what a week. Wins of the week. Aubrey, take us away.
I caught a very exciting flag football game last week in SRV and Granada. And full disclosure, going into that game, we were kind of debating which East Bay League game to shoot, whether
That's
or not
right.
to shoot SRV Granada or Cal Foothill. Cal Foothill ended up being a great game, but
Yeah.
Granada SRV ended up meaning just a little bit more, with Granada taking home the 13-6 win over SRV. A little bit of an upset. And with that win, Granada is now in place to make the playoffs, which they weren't previously. And so it's a very, very tight race for that 3rd and 4th spot for the East Bay League standings, with the final regular season games being played, final league games being played this week.
Okay.
Very, very exciting. Katie Vale, incredible game, the Granada quarterback. Now, I want to talk a little bit about a two-way player in Granada, in Marin Lenica. Marin Lenica, she had 2 picks late in the game against SRV last week.
Yeah.
Incredible game defensively, 6 tackles.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she also had a few receiving touchdowns as well. So if we're talking about an overall player, Marin Lenica is definitely one to look for Granada.
Okay.
And you know what? We were, like I said, we were debating that. I mean, hey, we really had a good week last week.
We did.
We had a lot of good games finally. And, I'm to blame for that because I make the schedules and, we just haven't been lucky so far. But, yeah, my win of the week, St. Francis over Midi, 20-19. What a game. I mean,
Those Monarchs were this close.
This close. I mean, listen, it came down to the wire, let me tell you. And, for a second, I thought Midi was going to control this game. They were up 13-0, right, at one point. And I think Midi had the ball.
Not on the Lancers' home field, I'll tell you.
Not at the, well, it's true. It's true. But Midi had the ball in the red zone, and they had a chance to go for a field goal to go up 16-0. And they decided to go for it on 4th down. They didn't convert, and St. Francis ended up scoring 14 unanswered to end the first half, right? And then second half was just defensive. All defense. It was physical. But hey, you know what? Hats off to St. Francis. I mean, Coach Calcagno, wow. I mean, offensively, they struggled at some points in the game, but man, scheduling tough.
So with Midi really showing out, what do you think has been the biggest piece of Midi's?
You know what? I mean, having a really good running back in Lazaro Farage Washington really helps. It really opens up the passing game. I mean, listen, early in the game, is it Caden Kelly? Caden Kelly had a touchdown reception. But Joseph Engen, man, he was slinging the ball. I mean, a lot of deep balls early on. And, late in the game, Farage Washington had this I am him moment. I mean, broke a couple tackles and got into the end zone for the touchdown to give Midi the lead. But listen, there's no quit in St. Francis. No. There's no quit in St. Francis. Scheduling tough has paid off for them. And now they're going to face another tough test this week against Sarah. And we've said it before, man. The Dub Cal, this is a bloodbath.
Yep.
I mean, this is World War 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
All right.
But yeah, that's my win of the week right there.
Okay.
How about you,
okay.
Jake?
Yeah, I got to go Christopher. Christopher football. I'm telling you, this is a young squad, and this is a very fun team to cover. And it looks
they're
like
always so fun. They're always fun. They're always gritty.
Yeah.
It's just growing up in Gilroy, that city, I mean, it's a big city, but kind of small town vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so all these kids grow up together. It seems like more and more athletes go to Christopher than to Gilroy High. And so just all those big time athletes just find their way over there.
No question about it. And this was a nice win for Christopher. And at majority of the game, it's like, okay, Lee's got this in the bag. 3 minutes left to go in the game. Lee is up 17-7. Christopher had other plans.
You're kidding.
Yep.
Christopher had other
Down by
plans.
10 with 3 minutes to go?
They scored 20 unanswered points with
20?
Yes.
They didn't even stop at 10.
So Adrian Leon, who rushed for over 100 yards in the game, he had a touchdown to cut the deficit to 3. Then Christopher tries to go with an onside kick. They failed. Lee recovered, but Christopher had their timeouts that they had to burn. So once they were able to get that stop, 3 stops to force 3 and out, then Lee decided to punt. Christopher gets the ball back. Then Dylan Robinson. This was a game that this was his moment. And, it's like, forget the first 3 quarters. Just trying to get into a rhythm offensively. They just weren't able to do that. But, hey, when it mattered, Dylan Robinson showed up, and he had this big go-ahead touchdown to Ethan Vernon on a slant route that really put Christopher on top. And then shout out to the defense, just battling all game long. Great second half adjustments that they made. And it was Dominic Marini with the strip sack, and then it led to a scoop and score for Jared Rodriguez. Great win for Christopher. That's a great team.
At Cal High, we're fans of the Robinson family.
Yep.
Robert covered Dylan and Jackson's mom while she was playing here. She ended up winning a national championship in softball with ASU. So big athletic family. So and he's gonna be he's only a sophomore. So he'll be here for years to come.
And absolutely. And Christopher, they're a good program. Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of questions like, how is this team gonna be? Jackson's gone, and it's like, no, Christopher's gonna be just fine. And they showed a great gritty win against those Lee Longhorns. And I will say this, I think this league is gonna be very interesting.
Yes, it will.
I mean, you had Lincoln.
I had Lincoln Branham last week. I had Lincoln Branham last week. I mean, that was close.
Santa Teresa put up over 40 points on offense to beat Live Oak.
I mean, I think it's Santa Teresa's league to win. I mean, to be honest with you, I think it's a battle for second place. I mean, all those teams are going to be really, really good. I think all of them will make the playoffs, to be honest with you. And it's going to be a battle to the end.
Have we gone Santa Teresa yet?
Yes, we have.
Yeah, we have covered Santa Teresa twice.
We covered them back in week 1 when they beat Fremont 40 plus to nothing.
And I covered them against Pioneer 2 weeks after that. They're a really good team, Santa Teresa.
They
right?
are.
But again, it will be a battle for second place in the Mount Hamilton division. It should be a really good one. I think we may shoot a Mount Hamilton game almost every week from here on out.
I think it's getting to that point, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you have to.
You got to get Santa Teresa against one of your top
And
leagues.
you know what? We had Santa Teresa Live Oak on the schedule last week. It's tough because it was a Saturday night at 7:15, right?
Yeah. We have Lincoln Live Oak this
Exactly.
week.
Yeah, we have Lincoln Live Oak this week. So, but yeah. Should be a competitive league.
That's a real good game. Well, so is this one out in the Peninsula De Anza division with San Mateo 4-2 taking on the Kings Academy 5-1.
Love it.
Wow.
Thursday night.
Love it.
At the Kings Academy.
At TKA.
TKA. A little Sunnyvale action.
Yep.
Sunnyvale native right here.
All right.
That's right. Adrian, this is your game, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Awesome.
Man, let me tell you,
What can you tell us?
TKA was so impressive last week, right? I mean, Adrian Barnett had a receiving touchdown. I mean, listen, I've had my eye on TKA all season. I've tried to get them on the show. It's just there's other good games that we thought were going to be good games on the schedule. And, again, like I said, very impressive last week against who they play?
Burlingame.
Burlingame, and I thought that was going to be a close game. Hey, I can't wait for this one. And San Mateo, they're no pushovers either.
No.
You
San
know,
Mateo was a very fun team to watch.
They're entertaining.
Yeah, they're very, very entertaining. They're like
can't
the
wait.
pride. It's like the pride of San Mateo.
Yeah.
In those Bearcats.
Yeah, and with San Mateo, they love to run the ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Run.
They have different formations that they're going to utilize, and it's like you never know who's going to get the ball. And then it's like, okay, all they're going to do is run the ball. They can fool you with a deep ball action.
Exactly.
And I mean, I covered San Mateo last year against Half Moon Bay, and I talked about the full scouting report of, yes, they're going to run the ball. And literally, like the first play of the game, they were literally like, "Screw your scouting report," and they threw a deep ball
You
down
said it
the
on
field.
the podcast?
I did.
That was.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
I would have gone
I did.
right up to coach and been like, "You did that on purpose." Right?
Yeah. No, but
they were planning that play from Chalk Talk.
right. But San Mateo, they are well known for
Running
their
the ball.
rushing attack.
Yeah.
I mean, they got 3 guys in action. Lucas Fitzgerald, who's actually their quarterback, 782 rushing yards, 9 touchdowns. They got Giovanni Hernandez Cruz with a pair of touchdowns, 355, and then Tice Copus, who's also an efficient running back. With 4 rushing touchdowns. They like to run the ball.
Yeah.
TKA, they like to pass a little more, but they'll also run it as well.
They can run, yeah.
And, I mean, Ricky Gutierrez off to a wonderful start this season. 17 touchdown passes. He has just over 1,200 passing yards. I like what I see from this Gutierrez kid.
Yeah. I think it's going to come down, honestly, I think it's going to come down to, for San Mateo, can they contain the passing game? And for TKA, it's so hard to defend against a quarterback that can pass and can also run the ball. You just don't know what's going to happen, right? So, can TKA contain the running game? I was really bad on my predictions last week. Hopefully I have a better week this week.
We gotta start keeping track.
Well,
of his
I mean,
predictions.
you did pick Midi.
I did.
And I did say that it was going to be a close game.
Yeah. I think I said it was going to be a close game, too.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it happens.
I was 0-2 last week, guys. I mean, I have a losing record, man. I really gotta, focus on this. But I will go with TKA on this one. I mean, listen, their passing game is just so impressive. They're so impressive. But yeah, I'll go TKA.
Okay.
Adrian Barnett, 2 receiving touchdowns.
That's a really interesting De Anza division.
Yes.
And it's going to be interesting. I think TKA is going to be tested early defensively. Can they stop the run?
Yes.
That's going to be really important. If they can contain that and, figure out with the so many elements of how San Mateo utilizes
Lots of
its
movement.
rushing attack,
Yeah.
it's just, that's going to be the real key defensively for TKA. So that's going to be the test, and I'm excited to see that.
I can't wait.
Yep.
I can't wait.
Oh,
TKA.
well, I'm excited for this one.
Yes, you
Diablo
are.
You got this game.
Foothill League Showdown Friday night. It's undefeated 6-0 Campolindo taking on undefeated 7-0 Acalanes.
Wow. And that's our Mancini's game, man.
That's our Mancini's.
Oh,
Super
my
Dream
goodness.
Can't be sleeping on
matchup.
that.
You cannot be
No.
sleeping on that matchup. And that's one that we've been waiting for since week 1.
Yes.
That's the big one. Even though technically Miramonte is Campo's rival, that's the big
is a big-
rivalry
yeah.
in football. It's in football and in basketball. It's
Right.
Campo-Acalanes. The whole town, that whole area will just flock to Acalanes. You won't find a single parking spot within a mile radius of the school.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And that atmosphere with the Blue Crew is going to be pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be crazy. And you know what's so special about this rivalry, or just that whole area with Miramonte, Campo-Acalanes, Las Lomas? That community is so tight together.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about this, so I got a text message over the weekend from one of the Campolindo coaches, and I actually did a feature on him. It's Coach R.
Okay.
A few years back. He helps out with special teams, and he was telling me that he leads a Bible group. They had a movie night last night at a church, and they featured Woodlawn. And that's a movie that was played back in 2015 that
Okay.
took place in Birmingham, Alabama. And it talks about how, united that they are with each other through, the spirit and all throughout, just being unified together and stuff like that. So, so it's just
so both teams came together for that. Yeah, both teams came together for that, and now, start Monday. They go, okay, now we are.
right. Now they get after it. But it's just it's cool to see that community is so tightly
It
based,
is very, very
tight
tight.
knit.
It is very tight. Yep.
It's awesome to see. But someone has to win Friday night. And
who's it going to be, Jake? I always try to
Jake will not make a prediction in this game.
I always try to get Jake to make a prediction.
You know what's interesting? I always remember back 2 years ago when I covered this rivalry. It was Campo-Acalanes, and it was senior night for them. And Trevor Rogers was at Cal right now as a receiver, and he's walking out with his family, and they were showing their best moments, and it's like my favorite moment. He said beating Campo.
I know.
Well, the game didn't even start.
Yeah, that's so fun, and I have a similar experience. I feel like every Campolindo-Acalanes game just sears in your brain, because I remember early on when it was Robbie Rao, the quarterback for Acalanes, and John Torchio, the quarterback for Campolindo. And so it's funny, your experience with that is mine from 8 years ago with those quarterbacks. So it's so funny that the history just keeps on rolling. It's fun. It's why we love high school sports.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
It's always a fun game.
I mean, Campo ended up winning that game.
Yep.
2 years
which
back.
is good.
2 years back. But I mean, listen. I mean, Campolindo, they are balanced.
Yeah.
Kevin Macy's always gonna dial up a game plan, and they're gonna figure things out.
But I'll tell you, Acalanes has played some tough opponents.
Yes, they
and
have.
Walked away.
They have.
With some wins.
I mean, year after year after year, they have shown that they can win a section title and make a deep push in the NorCals.
Climb, right? Because they win a D3 title. Is that what they won?
Last year?
They beat Campo in D3 for the NCS.
Was that last year?
The NCS ended up, no, it was 2 years ago, because I caught them beating San Marin for the NorCal title.
Okay.
Or no,
correct.
section.
That's correct.
Was it
for a
NorCal?
Section title.
For a section title. That's right.
Okay,
I was up in
Last
Santa
year they
Rosa.
beat Campo for the D3 title.
Okay.
And I see this team possibly climbing divisions too. I don't know.
Now with competitive equity, right? That's very, very possible.
Yeah.
Right? Can you say
you go to SI and you beat SI on the road?
I know SI is a tough place to play.
Yeah.
Right, and especially the travel. You gotta go across the bridge. I mean, that's a long bus ride to San Francisco.
Not only that, they rallied from being down 28-7 to win that game.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I mean,
Adrian, who you got?
Oh my gosh, this is really hard. I'm gonna go Acalanes. Last second touchdown.
I want
One score game.
I want this to be
game.
a really close game.
This is not gonna be a blowout.
I mean, when you Acalanes with Tyler Winkles, great quarterback. He's doing his thing, spinning that ball, 1,600 passing yards, 18 tutties. For Campo, Reed Habis is doing his thing. He's doing a good job commanding that offense. 11 touchdown passes, 1,100 passing yards. They got Micah Parker in the backfield for Campo. Everett Zelmer, Robert did a feature on him back in week 1. He's been their top receiving guy. But they're going up against this Don's defense. And there's a lot of big sparks with this defense.
Yep.
Deontay Littlejohn.
Number 1, right?
He is one of the top leaders in tackles, along with 6.5 sacks. And then
he's a scary looking man. I stood next to Little John, and there's nothing little about him.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. And then they also got Bryce Birdsong, who leads the team with 7.5 sacks. So can Acalanes set the tone defensively? That's going to be the question.
Yeah.
That's going to be the question. But I think
you think high scoring?
I don't.
No?
I think this is going to be very low scoring.
Like, let's say 17-13?
I could see this being a 16-13, 17-16 type game.
All right.
Less than 30 combined? 30 combined.
Probably.
Okay.
All right.
Over under
Probably.
30.5.
I want this to be a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
I think both defenses can show up, and listen. Kevin Macy's always got a good game plan, but Acalanes, they have shown that they can come back from large number of deficits like that game against St. Ignatius.
Definitely the game of the week.
Oh, absolutely.
it is, yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's safe to say the winner of this game will probably play for the league title this year against Clayton Valley. It's very, very safe to say that's going to be the case with this game this week.
Yeah, Clayton Valley with a nice win over Las Lomas.
That's
Jadis
right.
Lucky, 300 rushing
Jadis
yards.
Lucky.
5 touchdowns?
Two
Oh, my
words.
gosh.
Jadis Lucky. 11 touches, 302 yards.
My goodness.
11.
That's
300
crazy.
yards.
Almost half of his touches were tutties.
That's insane.
Correct. Yep. 5 touchdowns, 11 touches.
That's
Yep,
crazy.
yep.
That's insane.
That is insane. But definitely a candidate for Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
No question about
Yeah.
it. No
Yeah.
question
And I
about
wonder
it.
if that's ever happened in the history of Cal High winning Offensive Player of the Year in 2 different schools.
You know, that's
For 2
something
different
Robert can answer. As long as I've been here, that's never happened. We've had
Jadis, for viewers, Jadis was on California last year, won
Yep.
our Offensive Player
Player.
of the Year, and
now he's
he's
at Clayton Valley. We've had players. You've been here a long time too, right? We've had players win back-to-back Offensive Player of the Years, and they played for the same team.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's something we definitely have to ask Robert about.
Okay. Make your way to the polls, starting with
Okay.
football.
Football polls. We actually have movement, guys. Oh my God, we finally have movement, except the top 5. There's no movement. Sorry, guys, there's no movement in top 5.
Yeah.
But, De La Salle, I believe, was on bye last week. Reardon statement win against St. Ignatius. Wow, it was like 51-0 last Saturday.
They're like, I'm done with these.
It wasn't close.
I'm
It
done
was
with
not
these
close.
Wildcats.
But again, SI does not have their starting quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So
SI's not at full strength.
New coach. They're trying to
new
rebuild
coach too.
that program.
Exactly. Pittsburgh number 3. SRV, who had a bit of a scare against Amateur Valley last week, and then SRV in the second half said, that's enough for you guys. And then Sarah also very, very impressive win against Sacred Heart Cathedral.
Yep.
And then we go to the bottom 5. Cardinal Newman is now at 6. Acalanes 7. Campolindo 8. California 9. And you know what? We're putting Los Gatos at number 10. And was it last week? Somebody from Los Gatos messaged us about our polls. And
Someone from Los Gatos messaged me.
messaged Aubrey first.
And I just responded with at Adrian Soriano 2.
Defer to me. And so, hey, I love it. I love the fact that, he made his case. And
So the reason Los Gatos is able to be in the top 10 is because
San Marin lost.
Because San Marin lost. So San Marin dropped out of the poll.
Yes.
Marin Catholic hasn't been in the poll for a few weeks.
no. But to be fair to Marin Catholic, they've had some really, really tough non-league competition. And again, just like St. Francis.
100%.
Yeah, just like St. Francis, it's really prepared them for league play and playoffs next month.
Los Gatos had
Los Gatos, the same thing.
I would say Los Gatos. It's tough, but I would say the Los Gatos preseason non-league might have been just a little tougher than Marin Catholic. But it's different because they were playing all Sac Joaquin section teams.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. And,
And also look at the deficits from when they played Pitt.
Yes. Well,
Exactly,
not
that
even
too.
Pitt. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yep. With the common opponent in Pittsburgh. Yeah. So it was a 3-point game against Los Gatos, and then for Marin Catholic, I believe it was a 2-score game.
Yeah, it was like a 2-score game.
I think all throughout these weeks, I think LG is a top 10 team.
Absolutely.
They are.
Absolutely.
Tough schedule, tough preparation.
And LG's
a good
We were
team.
saying that in the office, but even before we got a DM about it, I was looking at, last week when we were talking about bubble teams,
That's right.
I was like, I don't know about Los Gatos being out, but again, whenever a team out of the poll needs to get placed into the poll, someone has to come out.
Exactly. Yeah,
and
exactly.
so you can't really, if you want one of the teams in there, you can't just take somebody out who hasn't deserved it, right?
Yeah, and you know what? And the thing too was, for the past 2-3 weeks, everyone in the top 10 either had a
One.
bye
Yeah.
or everyone was winning.
Yeah.
So that's why we haven't had movement for 2-3 weeks, and now we do.
Yeah.
But that's not taking anything away from San Marin, right?
No.
Listen,
Or
they're
Marin
still
Catholic,
bu-
or Marin
Marin
Catholic,
Catholic,
yep.
right? Both of those teams, I believe, is a bubble team, and we have San Marin Cardinal Newman in a couple weeks, I believe. So here we go, another tough test for San Marin. So
Right.
let's see
When
what
does
happens there.
Marin Catholic and Cardinal Newman play? And that's going to be at Newman probably?
I think that will be at Newman this year. It was at Marin Catholic last year, which is such a shame because
that's a tough drive.
You know, it's a long drive, but it's a good game.
Yeah.
You know, so. But yeah, that's your top 10 football poll for this week.
So with San Marin losing, that was the program's first loss of the season, and
Yes.
they're completely out of the poll. So it's likely that either Acalanes, Campolindo, and California, who are all three of those teams are undefeated. Are you saying that those teams could be eliminated just because of one loss?
I have to say it's possible. Again, we don't know what's gonna happen. It's possible.
Right.
It's possible.
And it's tough. And the reason why I'm asking this question is because so Cal plays SRV.
Yes.
In your eyes, SRV is in the poll. Well, they should be in the poll to begin with.
Yes.
But you have them at number 4.
And Cal at 9.
Cal at 9.
So
Acalanes and Campo.
what happens when Cal loses? Sorry, not when. Sorry. What happens if Cal loses? Does Cal get dropped out?
Again, I will say it's possible, but it's also possible
Or
for
are
them
you,
to
or
just
are
go
you
down to
looking
number
at the
10.
margin, the deficit?
I would say I would look at the margin definitely, and I would see. I gotta check. Okay, what did the bubble teams do? What did San Marin do this week? They win. Who did they play? Right again. So that plays a factor into that, right? Just because you won doesn't mean you're automatically in the top 10. Who'd you beat? Right? And the quality of the opponent this week.
Right.
I know
and
everyone's in the league now.
And the quality of these opponents, all
Exactly.
4 of these teams
Exactly.
are in the poll. So that's why I had to
Exactly.
ask.
Are we
That's a
shooting-
fair
are we
question.
shooting Cal SRV? Because that would
Yes,
be
we
a
are. I
good,
believe
good
so.
game.
I believe our Nikon Shadust.
Oh yeah,
is shooting
Nikon
that game.
loves Cal.
He's
Nikon's a big
been a
Cal
Cal like
fan.
what 3 times this year
Yeah,
already.
he loves Banerjee.
He's our Cal guy.
Yeah.
for
And
this
you're
season.
a big fan of Cal flag football.
I am
so
the biggest fan of Cal flag football.
I could tell. I could tell. Let's make our way over to the flag football polls.
Oh dear God. Okay, well, this is a definition of chaos. I mean,
Who would have thought it would come out of the peninsula area?
oh my God.
No.
Well,
Who
you know
would
what?
have thought?
Let me start off the poll by saying, when we started the week last week, I had Menlo Sacred Heart Prep on the schedule, and we also had Menlo Carmont on the schedule. I was willing to shoot both of those games, or to have both of those games on our schedule. You know, it's just tough. You know, you got to choose one or the other,
Yeah.
right? And so then Jake calls me after my St. Francis game, and he was like, "You're not going to believe what just happened." I'm like, "What happened?"
Menlo
He's like,
just
"Menlo lost." I'm like, wait. Are you joking or not? Stop joking or now. He's like, "No, I'm serious. Check it." And I'm like, "Oh my God, Carmel beat Menlo at Menlo."
Big win for those Scots.
That's a great win for
Big
Wow,
Cal.
win for
I mean,
those Scots.
That's a great win
Very
for
happy
Cal.
for
I mean, listen, Menlo, a great 3-year run, not losing a single game, and they've had close ones this season, right? But yeah, hey, at some point it was gonna happen, and it finally did, right? So let's get on to the point.
Yeah, and the other thing with that, it's like you had this run of winning, and I think this is a great lesson of, hey, at some point that you gotta
Yeah.
lose. But at the same time, look at it as it's a blessing in disguise to a certain extent, because it's like, okay, that pressure's off now.
Yeah. I
Now
just
we
had
can
the
move
same-
I was about to say
forward.
that.
I just
yeah.
had the same conversation with Coach Brad at Cal, where they lost their first league game this season to Doherty Valley.
Right. Yep.
And, the girls kind of still talk about that loss and how much it actually helped them going
Yeah.
into the rest of league. Right? It's a mental, it's like a mental reset.
Right.
Yes.
It's you're resetting your expectations. I'm not quite sure if you can say you had pressure for not losing a league game yet, or Menlo was feeling the pressure for not losing any game yet. Yeah. But I do think you kind of see it as a reset, and it almost makes a team more dangerous.
Yeah,
is what
Jake,
I'm thinking.
I was gonna say that, right? It's like 3 years. I mean, listen. I don't care who you are. Not losing a single game for 3 years is tough, and every game that you play that you have not lost, they're not gonna say, oh, there's really no pressure, but it's tough to knowing at some point it's gonna happen. When is it gonna happen? Right? It's just the pressure of being undefeated. It's always gonna be there, and you know what? Here it is. Menlo lost the game. Okay, reset. Let's get ready for the playoffs, right? And we're only a few weeks away, right? We're only a few weeks away. Guys, it's almost playoff season. We're in the middle of October already, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, go your polls.
All right,
Yeah, go to the polls.
On to the polls. So Los Lomas is now our number 1 team. And then here we go.
They haven't lost a game all.
They have not lost a game this season.
I know.
And so now here we go with 2, 3, 4, and 5. And initially on the show, I had Sacred Heart Prep at number 2. I had Carmel at number 3, and I had Menlo at number 4. Had to really, really think about this one over the weekend, and I slept on it. I was talking to Jake last night on the phone about this. And so now I have decided, let's put Menlo back at number 2. Basically because, okay, they lost to Carmel, but that's only their first loss of the season, right? And they also beat Sacred Heart Prep.
You know what I'm going to say, right? Only 1 loss on the year. And they still get to be above the team they lost to.
But see, that's a problem. So now here we go.
You know what I'm going to say about that, Jake?
Here we go.
It's a rehash of St. Francis softball 3 years ago.
That is
where
true.
they have 1 loss on the year.
You don't
Only
believe it or
1
not.
loss on the year.
But see, the problem.
Okay.
But see,
it was a year and a half ago.
okay.
2
But
seasons
I think the
ago.
difference, though,
2 seasons. They had 1 loss on the year, and Adrian puts the team that they lost to as number 1
but
on the
I
poll.
think the difference with that is, okay,
I appreciate the growth, Adrian.
Well, no, it's not that.
And I
But
tell you this, I agree wholeheartedly with what you have done.
and you know
here.
what? Jake said the same thing, right?
So you agree with this?
I 100% agree with this.
Oh, okay.
But a year and a half ago, this is what I was arguing for.
I think okay. Well, let's get to the top 10. Let's get to the top 10.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So Menlo 2, Sacred Heart Prep at number 3, Carmel at number 4, California number 5, Clayton Valley 6, Granada 7, Liberty 8, San Ramon Valley 9, Heritage at 10, and our bubble teams, not really no change there. Acalanes, Los Gatos, Milpitas, Notre Dame, San Jose. I'm gonna put Presentation in this bubble team as well. Clayton Valley, College Park, and James Logan. Now, to your point, Ob, about Menlo being number 2, it's hard because now we're going in a circle.
Yeah.
So Carmel
Menlo
lost.
beat blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
exactly.
blah, blah,
Carmel
blah,
beat
blah.
Menlo, but then Menlo beat Sacred Heart Prep, but then Sacred Heart Prep beat
Carmel.
So what do you do here? It's a circle. It's a circle.
Yeah, 100%. I 100% agree with these standings.
And
although, as much as I am a Cal fan, Cal did lose to Alameda.
That's true.
Right.
That is true, right? But again, being a tough league, right? They had some good wins.
Alameda's
That 31-0
not
victory over Liberty, who was at that point our top 5 team, that's really big. It's really big, especially at this point of the season.
If Cal didn't lose to Alameda, I would have Cal at 4, Carmel at 5.
See, now, had they not lost Alameda, now that complicates things a lot more because,
I know, because you do have a bunch with Menlo, SHP, Carmel.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
It's like, Carmel they lost to Notre Dame San Jose early in the year, but then they beat Menlo on the road. I mean, that's not easy to do at all. So that's what I'm saying. Had Cal beaten Alameda last week, it just complicates the top 5 a lot more.
It's just crazy that a week ago we were saying it's like, okay, this is going to be a deadlock of Menlo, SHP for the CCS title.
Yep. And so now here comes little Carmel.
Here comes Carmel, and they said, oh, don't forget about us.
And you know what? And to be fair, the past couple weeks we posted our flag football poll. I think the Scott's Booster Instagram account was like, hey, Enjoy it while it lasts, Menlo.
They
Enjoy
did
it while
say
it lasts.
that. They did say that.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
I
Here we
will,
are.
and I will say, we'll give a note here. Menlo, SHP, and Carlmont are the only CCS teams on the top 10 poll.
Yeah.
3 out of the 10.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
it's
and
just-
they're all in the same league.
No, they're not. No, so
No.
Carmont's in the Peninsula Bay.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right. That's
and
right.
Menlo
that's
Sigurd
right.
Prep. I think
It's
West
considered
Bay?
the West Bay.
West
The
Bay,
West
so
Bay.
they're
Yeah,
in that
that's
league.
right,
Carmont
that's
is in. But again, right? I don't fault you. They have
they're
leagues
like
where they're
right
all
there.
together.
Yeah,
But
they're all right
there's
there.
also sports where they're not together.
I'm just glad I was able to change your mind and knock some sense into you and was like,
And you know what?
It's good.
And
I tried to do that a year and a half ago, Jake.
And you know
I want everyone to know St. Francis softball. I went to bat for you a year and a half ago.
And you know what? And I was telling Jake this last night, right? It's like, make a case for 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? You know, why does Team A deserve to be 2, 3, 4, 5?
100%.
That's why it's so hard
Everyone's
because
top 10 is gonna be different.
We're going in a circle here,
Yep.
right? So now you really gotta, really nitpick the tiebreakers, common opponents, how do they do against, other teams.
And overall record, too.
Overall record, strength of schedule. It's tough. And I said this to Jake too. I don't think there's really a number 2 team, like legitimately. You can say this is like 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D. I would say. There's really a
2 weeks away from
true
playoffs.
3, 4, 5 team.
2 weeks away.
I think there's a team in the peninsula that I think you guys are sleeping on.
You guys don't
Well, who?
don't ever look at me and
Who?
Menlo Atherton.
Okay.
I think they're a big sleeper.
And I think they're playing Carmont next week. So that's really going to tell us how good this Carmont team really is, right?
And we're also getting Carlmont this Thursday.
Against California. Oh,
Against
that's
Cal.
another big game.
That's a huge game. And it's a huge non-league.
Non-league and cross-sectional as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
And that is what we like to see. Why aren't we scheduling?
What
scheduling
do you mean?
NCS CCS games?
Right, that's
Not
what it
we.
should be.
We don't do that.
Well, no, we
sorry,
do.
not we. Meaning
like the teams.
Right, yeah.
Like
I mean, I would love to see a Los Lomas Sacred Heart Prep or
I
a
would love to
Los
see a
Lomas
Menlo.
Menlo.
I would love to see Menlo play an East Bay League team.
Absolutely.
I'd
Yeah.
love to see it.
And it just doesn't happen all that often, which is mostly because coaches have to know each other, right? Just like
Yes.
it is in tackle football, a lot of your non-league opponents, when you play them year after year, come from common coaches, right? And
Yes.
coaching. That's why Pitt and Los Gatos play every
season,
year
yeah.
as well. And so with coaches, just starting to get to know each other, I understand why that's not quite the case yet.
Yeah.
But hopefully, as the years go on and coaches may move from one team to another, it will become more prevalent to where a Cal gets to play a Carlmont.
And you know what? Having playoffs for both sections really helps out everyone in terms of like scheduling, really tough opponents, really test yourself, see where you're at, right? I mean, because last year, CCS didn't have playoffs and, we didn't really get Carmont, California. They kind of just played within the section for the most part.
because it was a tournament,
It was-
right?
Yeah, tournaments. Not everyone had, Exactly.
That
yeah.
Livermore tournament.
So and again, now with having playoffs, it helps out. It helps us out, really getting good games on the show. And it's such a shame.
Talk about that matchup, Jake.
It's such a shame we cannot get every single good game. It's such a shame.
This
But-
is going to be a very low-scoring game Thursday night.
and you know what?
Because both teams,
It is defense.
both teams
Yeah.
are phenomenal defensively, and it's like, well, here's your proof for Carlmont. They just limited Menlo 6 points.
Exactly.
And
And it would have been our girls' game of the week.
Cal's defense will show up when it needs to.
Right.
And we've seen it. We've seen it before.
Number of times.
If Cal gets ahead in the game, Kaylee Ayung, quarterback, can really, really sling it. They have a lot of threats at the receiving position as well. She doesn't just hit one target. She'll hit multiple targets. And if Cal can get ahead early, Carlmont is going to have an issue.
Yeah. And you know what? This could have been our Euroclinic girls' game of the week.
Could have.
Right, it could have.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
It could have, but again,
But we have
Foothill
an
Amador
East
Valley,
Bay.
right? That's for playoff positioning for the East Bay League tournament, I believe, next week. So
Yep.
that was the edge right there.
Yeah, that's
Again,
tough.
right?
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Wow, and we're sleeping on Foothill and Amador Valley, by the way.
You know,
too,
I was
right?
at Cal on Wednesday doing a story shoot,
Yep.
and the coaches agreed with you wholeheartedly when you said that that Foothill is a sleeper team.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think
So-
Jake said
I
that.
said that.
No, I think Jake
Oh,
said
did you
that.
say
I think
that?
Jake said
I'm
that.
so sorry.
I think
am
Jake
so
said
sorry.
that. No,
Foothill's
no,
a
no,
sleeper
what
team.
does that mean?
So coming into this week, Cal held the top spot in the East Bay League with a 7-1 record.
Right.
San Ramon Valley in second place, and there was a 3-way tie for
Third, and fourth.
fourth, which going into the East Bay League tournament, they take the top 4 teams. So
Yeah.
Granada, Amador Valley,
And
and
Foothill.
Foothill all have 5-3 records going into this week. Granada has an easier test in Livermore. It's a big rivalry game, so you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But Amador Valley Foothill will probably be the winner of
fourth
that
place team,
will
yeah.
be the 4th place team.
Yeah.
So that's why it's our girls' game of the week.
That's going to be interesting. Exciting
Wow.
stuff. Exciting stuff.
All right, is that it,
All right,
guys?
sounds good. That's all I got. That's
All
all I
right,
got.
well, here we go, guys.
We were over 40 minutes on the pod for this. I just realized
That's
that,
all right.
But I probably can't hit
I
this.
was looking at that. I was like, ooh, we're talking.
Yeah, we've been talking. All right,
here we go.
Left hand or right
That's all
hand?
we got. Left hand. Safe to say you've been covered. Oh, no.
That is crazy.
What was that?
Oh
That
my
literally went as
gosh.
far in
was
the
that?
other direction as you.
I lost it on the transfer.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, here we go.
And I'm
On the
over.
Oh, boy. It's
On
okay.
the transfer.
I feel like Tyler's going to give me crap for that.
All right, guys. See you
All
next
right,
week.
see ya.